Hi everybody, I'm Lindsay Ferrier with Moms Matter. Well, not all of the stories that we're doing on this road trip across America are taking place in big cities or small towns. Today we are at an organic farm at the home of an amazing mom in rural Pennsylvania with special needs kids. For her, some of the national issues have become very personal.
Mother of three, Louise Ludwig is the picture of peace as she tends to her organic vegetables. But her life has been anything but peaceful.
Well, right now I am mom to three children who are pretty much grown up. I have Ryan, who will be 23 in a couple of days. Ryan was born with severe complex congenital heart disease. Don't know how it happened. Mom took good care of myself, but all of his organs were in backwards. He had a large hole in his heart. All of his colon was completely twisted. He had a lot of anomalies, and we've pretty much spent the last 23 years of his life going in and out of open heart surgeries and other emergencies, and he's lived longer than any child right now. So now we're dealing with the effects of a child who's gone from childhood to adulthood, who was oxygen deprived, who now has some learning disabilities and is going into his adult years and having to deal with that.
Based on your experience, what do you have to say to people who are so adamantly opposed to the new healthcare law?
Wow, you need to try to walk a mile in other people's shoes. You have to. I would rather pay more in taxes and have my fellow human being taken care of than to see a lot of people out there struggling and suffering.
Ryan required a lot of time and attention from the moment he was born. Little did Marie know then that life was about to get even more difficult.
If that wasn't enough, the good Lord blessed us with child number 2, who is Stephanie. She will be 21 next May, and she is severely autistic. So much of my life right now is focused on how will she be cared for as she transitions from her school program into adulthood and the changes that she'll be going through. And finally, I have Nicholas, who's 18, who's absolutely perfect and just graduated from high school and is looking forward to going to college in the fall. I feel like a lot of moms who are in my situation that there's no place to go. There's nobody kind of forged a path for it. There's no book to read, no handbook for dummy moms who don't know how to take care of their older children who have special needs kind of thing. And more than anything, there's no funding. There's no funding for a lot of the programming that my children need, be it healthcare or to take care of a special needs person out in the community. So it's going to require a lot of effort on the parts of mothers to basically do it ourselves because no one wants to seem to help us. When Stephanie turns 21 in 10 months, she's out. That's it. We've already been told her suitcase will be packed on her day of graduation. Bye-bye, she's out. There's nothing more that we can do for you. The question that always comes to me is, well, you're the mom, take her home. Why should the taxpayers take care of her? Why should we have to give any money to have your child taken care of? I agree with that. The thing of that is that we as parents, something we don't always think about, especially if we have what's called a normal child who doesn't have any physical or mental disabilities, is one day I'm going to die. And when I do, who's going to take care of my child? And there are tens of thousands of people right now in the state of Pennsylvania who have mental and physical disabilities who have no place to go. That problem is only going to get worse. So seeing that I didn't have the help, I decided to start my own nonprofit, which is called Stephanie's House. And it is my life mission and our goal to raise the money to establish and maintain what I'm calling life homes. And life, L-I-F-E, standing for love-inspired family environments for women and eventually men who have autism.
I mean, as a mother, I can absolutely identify with that worry and that concern that you must have, thinking, what's going to happen to my child?
The issue is that they're calling adult autism now the silent tsunami, because it is just influxing America far, far beyond just the boundaries of Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, and even Pennsylvania itself. What's going to happen to these people with autism?
Which of the presidential candidates for the next election do you feel might address this issue, might be more likely to address the issue?
None of them. Where are our priorities? Billions of dollars are put into these campaigns. What a waste of money. So you can sling mud at each other on TV. Start focusing on what's going on in America. You've got families who are struggling, who are having issues. See where some of that money can go.
So realistically, where do you see our country headed in the next 10, 20 years?
There's only so much you can do to correct all the mistakes of the past. But I think that we need to take so much focus away from outside of the United States and what's going on with other countries, and let them deal with their own issues and bring it on back here. Bring it on back to the people of the United States and what we need here. There are hungry people in the United States. Are we closing our eyes to the children who go to bed hungry every night? There are people living on the streets here in the United States. Are we focusing on those people? There are mothers who can't feed their children. There are people who need jobs. There are people who are losing their houses. Right here is where our president needs to be. If the president would call me today, I would say, President Obama or Mr. Romney, bring me on your bandwagon. Tell me that you are going to care about these 1 in 50 children who have autism and that you're going to make it a priority. And I can tell you, you will win the election.
Wise words
Just
from a
saying.
mom. Marie Louise Ludwig, thank you again so
You're
much
quite
for
welcome.
having us
Thank
out
you
to
for
your
coming to
farm.
Birdsboro.
So this marks the end of the Ohio-Pennsylvania leg of our Moms Matter road trip. It has been amazing, but I have to confess, I'm looking very forward to seeing my kids for a few days. Next week, I'm going to see you guys in Florida, but first, I'm going to hang out with my kids. See you soon.